Hi, Health Source and Mount Pleasant followers, it's Dr. Brunner, and welcome back to Mobility Monday. Today we're going to go over prescription 4, which is over the posterior shoulder and the lat complex. So this prescription is great for helping to alleviate or help to get you out of pain for posterior shoulder pain, overhead range of motion, external rotation range of motion in the shoulder, as well as relieving those tight lats. The first mobilization for prescription 4 is the posterior shoulder mobilization for the shoulder. So we're going to take the small red mobility ball and place it at the insertion point of that lat where it connects up right behind the armpit and posterior shoulder. I'm going to go on my back for that. Relay on your back, putting that ball right at that insertion point. Arm will be at a 90-degree angle out to the side. We're going to bring the palm down to the floor in internal rotation as far as we can, and then bringing the arm back up in external rotation as far as we can, pinning that ball back there and getting a good stretch and flossing that tissue to help to restore the sliding surfaces to take the pressure off the back of the shoulder, because we have compromised internal rotated shoulders from whether that be on our laptops too much or driving is also another one. And this is option 1 for the shoulder rotator mobilization. Option number 2 is a little more aggressive than option number 1. So after you go through about 2 minutes on each side or 20 to 30 repetitions, then progress to option number 2. So again, we're going to be on your back and we're going to rotate onto your side, pinning that ball right back at that insertion point. We're going to create a little bit more pressure that way, and then again we're going to take palm down to the floor as far as we can, using some overpressure with our opposite arm. Then contract the bottom arm up into your contact, contract and relax, and then push down a little bit further. Doing the same thing then in external rotation, pushing back up against your arm and relaxing, getting an even further stretch. And that's option 2 for the external rotation shoulder mobilization. The next mobilization is the overhead stretch. If you're limited in getting overhead range of motion with either arm where that bicep can't be right by your ear, then we have issues and we need to mobilize that and get that moving better. So a great way to do it just at your desk at work or kitchen counter at home. I'm going to use the rehab counter here, and looking at the counter, we're going to put palms face down. We're going to externally rotate the arms, getting the elbows up towards the ceiling. We're going to spin our hands to create that external torque and have our shoulders in a safe position. So the right arm is going to be locked out in a clockwise rotation and counterclockwise for the left hand. We're going to walk our feet back. We're going to then hinge at the waist, keeping our belly nice and back nice and flat. And we're going to go right in between our arms to help get a good stretch and mobilize the lats right through, and you'll be good to go. And lastly is the overhead mobilization. It's a great combo with the previous one with the overhead stretch. So we're going to use the foam roller and the small red mobility ball. I'm going to start off with the red mobility ball. It looks very similar to our previous mobilizations. We're going to be pinning it right back on the lat, kind of full surface on that lateral side. I'm going to start up top, and all we're going to do differently, instead of moving the arm like we did before, we're just going to oscillate or rotate side to side over that tissue, going against the grain of that tissue or the muscle fibers there. So I'm just going to rotate side to side, nice and easy, breathing, keeping a good posture here, going side to side and working my way down that tissue and finding any tender trigger points there and being able to breathe. Good breaths in and out to help release that tissue. You can do the same thing with the other option. If that's a little bit too intense for you, you can use the foam roller. And same rules apply. Get an arm locked out, actually rotated, getting that palm towards the ceiling and rotating side to side and working your way up and down that lat. Going about 2 minutes on either side. And that's it for prescription 4 over the posterior shoulder and lat. Stay tuned next Monday, or Mobility Monday, for prescription 5, and I'm going to cover the low back and trunk. So I look forward to it, and I'll see you next Monday.